Healthcare experts felt I should have eased up ages ago. Yet here I am, still behind the wheel. I'm 92 years old and haven't been unwell for the last 3 decades I've been alive. Not so much as a sniffle. And no, it's certainly not due to good fortune. 5 practices shifted everything, making all the difference. A few of them are so simple, you might question if they could possibly work. But they truly do. I'll share what I do differently and why you might feel compelled to adopt it starting now. The very first thing I do each morning, before my feet even touch the ground, is move them. This isn't stretching, and it's not exercise. It's simply what I call a signal to my body. It's a reminder that today we are alive, we are breathing, and we are moving. I started this practice when I was 60. Years ago, a doctor told me the body ages fastest in the initial 30 minutes after waking. Your blood gets thicker, joints grow stiffer, and your nervous system is still catching up from sleep. Yet, most people rush through this window. They hop out of bed, grab their phone, and plunge straight into the day's demands. I, on the other hand, take a different path. I begin flat on my back, taking 3 full deep breaths right away. Gently, I roll my ankles and wrists, then stretch my fingers and wiggle my toes. Though it lasts only about 90 seconds, it signals to each muscle, tendon, and joint that you are needed. It might sound odd that such a small action sends blood rushing to my extremities, oxygen to my brain, and wakes up my movement awareness. Yet, it helps reduce fall risk, settles my nervous system, and boosts circulation. The National Institute on Aging backs this up. Their research shows a link between simple morning mobility and higher energy, clearer thinking, and better balance in older adults. Still think it's too simple? My mornings were entirely different back then. Before 60, I'd wake up feeling stiff, legs heavy, head foggy. I'd just shuffle clumsily towards the bathroom. My feet weren't ready, and one awkward moment involved tripping over my slippers. That's when I understood. I needed to give my body a nudge, a signal, to stop hitting the internal snooze button. Now, I never skip it. It happens before I glance at the news and before I sip my coffee, and honestly, if I ever forget, my body lets me know. It's not the power of the movement, it's the power of the routine itself. If you have questions about this, drop them in the comments below. Also, remember to hit subscribe and turn on notifications starting today so you always get Senior Health's best advice. And while you are here, let me know if this strikes a chord with you. Type 1 in the comments if it resonates, the yo if not. For truly rewiring your physical self, consistency trumps intensity. Regular morning movement can help lower inflammation signs, maintain joint health, and even keep blood pressure in check for seniors. That's supported by research published by the Mayo Clinic. No fancy footwork there, just science. The point is, you don't need yoga. You don't need a special mat. You don't even need to leave your bed for this. All you need is to send a message to your muscles and wait 90 seconds. We're on this journey together. Ask yourself, when did you last genuinely greet your body with a good morning? Because aging isn't a sudden event. It happens in those quiet, early, easily overlooked moments. And those are precisely the times you have the chance to begin anew. Immediately after my morning movement, I have a drink that has safeguarded my health for over 30 years and kept sickness at bay. It's not a fancy dietary supplement. It's definitely not a pill. This isn't some pricey powdered blend from online. It's warm water with lemon, turmeric, and a pinch of black pepper. That's it. But don't let the straightforwardness deceive you. This ritual holds immense power. It's the absolute first thing I consume upon waking. I make sure to drink it before breakfast to fortify my immune system, lessen inflammation, and enhance my digestion. Let's break down why it works. Lemon, specifically fresh lemon juice, saturates your system with vitamin C. This is a potent antioxidant that aids the creation of white blood cells, your immune system's primary defense force. The Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University details vitamin C's benefits, noting it helps shorten the duration of illness, particularly for seniors. Beyond that, it prompts the liver to produce bile, improving digestive flow and preventing buildup. Ever notice digestion slows with age? Often it's due to insufficient stomach acid, something lemon can help address. Next up, turmeric, arguably the most powerful anti-inflammatory root nature offers. As we age, inflammatory markers rise in our bodies, tied to chronic conditions, joint discomfort, and even cognitive decline. The curcumin in turmeric has been shown in multiple peer-reviewed studies to lower these markers. A study in the journal Progress in Pharmacology showed curcumin supplementation boosted immune function and cut oxidative stress in older individuals. Now here's the key component you might miss. Black pepper. It does more than add flavor. It's the essential activator. It contains a compound called piperine, which can boost your body's absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. Without it, turmeric is barely absorbed into your system. These three ingredients together create what I affectionately call my golden goblet. Making it takes under 5 minutes. Heat a cup of water until it's pleasantly warm, not boiling hot. Stir in about a quarter teaspoon of turmeric, a small pinch of black pepper, and the juice of half a lemon. Stir it up, take a few sips, and let it work its magic. I didn't start this because I read it online somewhere. I've been drinking this almost daily for 30 years because I felt the change within my own body. Before this, I'd get sinus infections twice a year. My joints would ache in winter, and I always felt heavy after breakfast. Within just 2 weeks of starting, I noticed my digestion improve. No more bloating. My joints felt less stiff. I hadn't changed anything else at all. A few months down the line, I realized it had been nearly a year since I was sick. That was 30 years ago, and I haven't stopped since. Am I still exposed to germs? Of course, but my body doesn't roll out the red carpet for them anymore. It's alert, responsive, and prepared. This golden goblet isn't just a drink, it's a signal, just like the morning movement. It tells my body, today, we're playing offense. You don't need expensive pills or complex regimens to thrive. You need simple, consistent routines that whisper, I value you. So tomorrow before the toast pops or the eggs hit the pan, consider pouring yourself something golden. And remember, you're not just drinking. With each sip, you're making a statement. I choose to put my health first, not by chance, but on purpose. I don't take my walk to get healthy, I walk to heal. My 15-minute anti-inflammatory stroll happens daily, come rain or shine. The instructions are basic. Just move your body and pay attention to your breath. No earbuds, no phone. People often dismiss walking, treating it like a second-best option, something you do only if you can't run. At 92, though, I can tell you with certainty it's the absolute cornerstone. In my 60s, I used to jog, thinking I needed to sweat hard to stay young. Then I came across a study that completely redirected my approach. It showed that walking, just walking, could reduce body-wide inflammation, help control blood sugar, sharpen memory, and even decrease mortality risk by up to 39%. That's when I stopped chasing sweat and started valuing rhythm. When you walk, you're not just propelling your body forward, you're helping everything else settle back into its proper place. Your joints, your lymphatic flow, your nervous system, even your thoughts, they all benefit. I walk daily, no matter what, and I don't go far. That's key. Sometimes it's only a block or two, but I never skip it. It's not sheer discipline. It's seeing what happens when I don't walk. My joints start to ache, my mind gets cloudy, my digestion slows, and I feel stiff. My shoulders naturally pull back. My knees stay limber, and my spirits lift while I'm walking. I feel like a well-tuned machine. When I return, it's as if I've been completely reset. And there's science behind this. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found just 20 minutes of walking lowered C-reactive protein levels, a marker for inflammation, in older adults. Another from Stanford University showed walking beat any seated activity for boosting creativity and clear thinking. But what truly sold me? About 25 years ago, I decided to skip my walk, telling myself I was too busy, promising I'd catch up later. The day vanished, and for the first time in ages, I felt old. Not tired, not achy, just old. My lungs felt tight, my joints unfamiliar. That day I knew. This wasn't an optional activity, it was essential therapy. Now I treat my daily walk like necessary medicine. I wear supportive shoes. I start slow, Breathing in for 4 counts, out for 6, focusing on each breath, I gently swing my arms to keep my posture open. Here's something you might not guess. I smile while I walk, not because I'm necessarily feeling overjoyed before I start, but because the act of walking and smiling makes me joyful. Even a subtle smile activates your vagus nerve, a key part of your nervous system that controls inflammation, heart rate, and even digestion. Research in psychosomatic medicine shows smiling, especially combined with movement, amplifies exercise's stress-reducing effects. So I intentionally smile, focus on my breath, and walk for 15 minutes daily. This has fueled decades of vitality. Walking is a phenomenal energy source. It doesn't demand costly equipment or perfect conditions. It gives you energy. Your body was built to move, and every step is a declaration that you can still move. So if you felt stuck, drained, or foggy, don't wait for motivation. Lace up your shoes, step outside, and declare to your body, it's time to reboot. You'll rediscover the simple pleasure of motion. For over 3 decades now, there's one vital nutrient I've never missed. It's not technically a vitamin. It's not a miracle mineral. It's something far more foundational: protein. At 60, I genuinely believed I was eating right. I was consuming fruits, vegetables, whole grains, even taking an occasional multivitamin. But I was still losing my physical vitality. By late morning, my energy would crash. I'd start forgetting things, names, where my keys were if I'd already eaten lunch. I felt utterly scattered. When I talked to my doctor, he explained it wasn't simply age, it was inadequate protein intake. Studies show that around 60, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing and utilizing protein. This meant I needed to overhaul my morning meal. Since your body uses protein less efficiently, it signals you need more, not less, to safeguard muscles, sharpen memory, bolster immunity, and support healing. I switched from typical breads or cereals to what I call my brain and body breakfast. The formula is simple: 1 hard-boiled egg, 1 cup of Greek yogurt, a small handful of walnuts, and a sprinkle of blueberries. This mix provides over 25 grams of top-tier protein, plus anti-inflammatory compounds, beneficial fats, and brain-boosting antioxidants. Its power lies not just in filling me up, but in fueling me. Protein isn't solely for athletes. It's crucial for immune cells, literally built from amino acids, for the enzymes that mend tissues, and for the neurotransmitters that keep your mind working optimally. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found older adults consuming 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal had better muscle mass, fewer hospital stays, and even lived longer. Furthermore, research from Tufts University found seniors who ate more protein showed stronger immune responses to both illnesses and vaccinations. It's about building resilience, not just strength. But know this: not all protein sources are equal. That's why I focus on Plusha Complete Proteins, those containing all 9 essential amino acids. Eggs? Perfect score. Greek yogurt offers a complete protein profile plus calcium and beneficial probiotics. Walnuts, while not complete, are wonderfully high in omega-3s and anti-inflammatory agents. Blueberries? They're the antioxidant powerhouse that helps bind it all. After this breakfast, I don't just feel satisfied, I feel utterly solid. And here was a surprise: my blood sugar stabilized. In my younger days, I'd hit a wall around 11 a.m. Now I sail through the morning feeling like I'm in my 40s. It doesn't matter if I have calls, meetings, or long car rides. My focus and stability come from prioritizing this crucial start. Plus, it doesn't need to be complicated. I swap out ingredients when I want to. Sometimes it's cottage cheese with flax seeds, or a bit of grilled chicken on sprouted toast. For a change, even a lentil scramble. The core principle stays firm, though: never skip protein at breakfast. How you feel your body first thing sets the stage for its performance all day. Would you run a car on fumes? Then why do we treat ourselves that way? A protein-rich breakfast isn't a bonus, it's essential, and you can start this tomorrow, no matter your age or past habits. How you nourish your body today matters more than the number of years you've lived. Your body doesn't care about age. And as far as I know, no doctor has ever said your mind starts declining before your body does. To cultivate lasting vitality, that's where you have to begin. I practice something I call mental tuning every morning before I speak to anyone or even look at the forecast. It's not formal meditation and it's not therapy. It's just this, sitting quietly for 3 minutes, simply imagining the kind of day I wish to have. I actively avoid picturing things like traffic, chores, or bills. Instead, I visualize myself feeling calm, capable, grounded, and purposeful. Those are the states I aim for. When I see myself this way, I picture myself driving confidently, speaking with clarity in discussions, and facing whatever the day holds with ease. While it might seem small, this could be the most crucial thing I do. Understand this. Your brain struggles to tell the difference between something you vividly imagine and something actually happening. This isn't just feel-good wisdom, it's verifiable neurobiology. Researchers like Dr. Joe Dispenza and teams at Harvard have used fMRI scans to show that when people deeply visualize performing an action, the same brain areas light up as if they were physically doing it. Over time, this literally rewires your nervous system. You can train your body to be calm, focused, and alert before you even step out the door. In short, you can train your body to be intelligent. Why is this so critical, regardless of germs or genetics? Chronic, prolonged stress is the leading cause of immune system breakdown. It spikes cortisol, a hormone damaging to brain cells, suppressing immunity, and even causing muscle wasting. Plus, we seniors process stress uniquely. It shows up as confusion, deep tiredness, and mysterious sudden illnesses. But everything shifts when you commit just 3 minutes each morning to tuning your mind. Let me tell you about a friend. He was my age, with a similar health background, but he was perpetually stressed, fixated on news, politics, money. His life was a constant state of fight or flight. One day, without warning, he collapsed from a cardiac event. He survived, but he was never quite the same. "How are you never phased?" he once asked me. "Don't you ever worry?" I told him anxiety is a thief, and I lock the door every morning. It starts with intention, and it ends with resilience. The remarkable part is, once you train your mind to find stillness, your body naturally follows. Your blood pressure can decrease, immune cells become more vigorous, memory sharpens, and digestion actually gets more efficient. A 2016 study from the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that people over 65 who did just 5 minutes of daily mental rehearsal saw notable drops in anxiety, boosts in focus, and stronger immune system markers. The positive effects lasted. So yes, I do walk, I eat protein, and I drink my golden goblet. But your thoughts impact your hormones, and your hormones impact your health. Without this mental practice, honestly, none of the other things would carry the same weight. You don't need to be a sage or spiritual guide. No incense or chants necessary. Simply sit and envision yourself feeling robust and cheerful. Picture yourself, maybe years from now, driving at 92, perhaps smiling in traffic, navigating life without ever falling ill. As time passes, you'll notice something remarkable, and it will eventually become your reality. It wasn't random luck. It wasn't just my genes. And it wasn't some mysterious method I hid for years. Now you understand. It came down to 5 plain, everyday choices made consistently. 5 simple practices I embraced that literally rewired my body and, I believe, helped preserve my health. The truth is, you don't have to wait until you're 92 to begin. The only requirement is to simply start. That morning initiation movement, the golden elixir, the healing walk, the foundational breakfast, and the mind that steers the body. These are the pieces. Though they seem tiny, they hold immense power. That's because health doesn't vanish in an instant. It fades in the moments we neglect. And it's rebuilt the same way, through quiet, steady choices that help you reclaim your strength, step by step, bite by bite, thought by thought, every single day. If you're still wondering if it's too late, let me assure you, you are still here. You are still capable. You are already headed in the right direction simply by watching this. But I have one more piece of wisdom I haven't shared yet. Another practice I've kept quiet about until now. It's something I do every single night, without fail. Something that helps my body regenerate while I sleep, after all the day's routines, meals, movement, and thinking are done. And some scientific studies hint it might hold a key to winding back the clock on aging itself. We'll dive into that the next time we connect.